Okay, so this is the second installment, if you will, of my doing a daily recording that I've committed to for the entire month of April till the first Tuesday in May, actually. So today is the day that they released the federal budget. So I'm going to go off topic a little bit here in terms of exercise and whatnot, talk a little bit about economics. So one thing that occurs to me is we often hear people say, don't tax me, tax the rich guy, tax the big corporations. And of course, the government will always say that that's what they're going to do to make up for deficits as they spend money like drunken sailors, which they always do. But what people fail to consider is if you tax a big corporation, the big corporation does one of two things. They simply raise the prices of their goods or services, and then you, the supposed little guy or middle class people, wind up paying more for those goods and services. Or if they don't raise the prices, then what happens is the profits goes down. So they either raise the prices in order to keep the profit line the way it is, so you wind up paying for it, or if they don't raise the price and their profits go down, then you likely own mutual funds and RSPs and TFSAs, and you're the one who is counting on getting a good return on those investments in the shares of the corporations held by the mutual funds that you own, or if you own them individually. If the profits are down, then your return on your RSPs and TFSAs is lower. So guess what? You paid for it anyways. So on the other hand, if they were to tax the so-called little guy or middle class, then the same thing happens is you have less purchasing power. So if you have less purchasing power, you're going to buy fewer of those goods and services, or you're going to invest less money. So if you buy, and of course, if you invest less money or save less money, it's going to hurt you. But if you then simply don't buy the goods and services, then the corporation either makes less profit or they raise the prices because of the other thing. Again, you wind up paying for it one way or the other. So the idea, the point I'm trying to make here is when the government raises taxes on anyone, they raise the taxes on everyone, because one way or another, it either increases the cost of goods or decreases profits. So if the goods are going up in price, then it's hurting you. If the return on your investments is going down as a result of the corporations whose shares you own in your RSP, then it's hurting you as well. Same principle when people talk about raising minimum wage. If you raise minimum wage, you're raising the costs of employees who work for a large corporation. And again, what do? They pass on that increased cost to you and increase prices or services, or their profits go down. Maybe their profits go down despite them raising their prices because you buy less of them because of the law of supply and demand. Either way, either you pay more for a good or services, or your investments in the RSP do less. Of course, if the minimum wage is being raised by somebody who owns a small private business, then the same idea happens. But if it hurts, of course, the small business is supposed to be the middle class, small business owners. So once again, hopefully that wasn't confusing, but a lot of people don't realize if you raise the taxes on one, you raise the tax on the other. It's actually simple economics. And the politicians presumably are smart enough to know this. So on the one hand, they're playing a shell game with you, trying to win your votes by raising taxes, but raising it on somebody else than you, hoping you won't notice what I just said, which is it's going to still hurt you. So that means they're out and out liars in that scenario. Or, I'm not sure which is worse, they're actually ignorant of this themselves, which means they are incompetent and don't understand basic economics. I'm not sure which is worse, somebody who doesn't understand basic economics or somebody who is lying to you. Probably in the case of politicians, among them, there's a little of each. Anyways, that's it for now.